in Andhra Pradesh and served there for 6 years. He was also in Hyderabad mission, Ashrama, for 6 years, served as director, Vivekananda Institute of Languages. Very great Maharaj. Maharaj is quite fluent in four languages. That's very interesting. English, Hindi, Kannada and Telugu, being in Tirupati. Now I request Maharaj to kindly deliver his today's address. Swami Anupamanandaji Maharaj.
Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu Namashri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukhaswarupaya Swamine Tapaharine Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. My respectful pranams to Revered Swami Muktinathanji Maharaj, and my respectful pranams to Swami Shantatmanji Maharaj, and my namaskars to all the devotees assembled here. Maharaj told that I would be speaking in Hindi. In fact, I had written to Maharaj that I would prefer speaking in English. I hope that it will not be a problem. So the subject, Holy Mother as householder. All of us are aware that we have Holy Trinity, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother Sri Sharda Devi, and Swami Vivekananda. We call them Holy Trinity because they are three different powers, but then source is one. Sri Ramakrishna is called Yugavatara, incarnation who has come to teach the Yuga Dharma, how we should lead spiritual life. And he brought back that, religious life, Dharma Jivana, and also brought back the faith in the existence of God when the materialism and the scientific invention that was sweeping over the world. Again, he brought back the faith in the existence of God. And when he came, usually when Avatara comes, Sri Ramakrishna tells again and again, along with him, his Sangis also come, companions, Avatara Sangis. So he has brought his Shakti, Mother Sharda Devi, and also Swami Vivekananda to spread over the message, whatever the message he had to give. That is why we call the three of them Holy Trinity. As Maharaj was pointing out, normally devotees and all others are attracted towards Swami Vivekananda first. I lived with a Swamiji who was a senior Swamiji and also spiritually advanced. He was telling me, when I met him, he was at the fag end of his life. He used to tell me, see, in the beginning, I came to Ramakrishna mission holding the complete house of Swami Vivekananda in my hand. Then slowly, gradually, I realized the importance of Sri Ramakrishna, the one who trained a Narendranath Dutt into Swami Vivekananda. And then now, at the fag end of my life, I realize I have to take shelter at the feet of Holy Mother. And he told me one important thing. When I look back in my life, from the day I joined till now, I have not asked for anything from anybody. Everything was provided to me, whatever I needed. Whatever I needed was provided unasked. And when I look back, it was because of the grace of Holy Mother. He said that it is because of the grace of Holy Mother. And in his fag end of his life, the very word, when we utter Holy Mother's name, he used to shed tears. He could not speak much on Holy Mother. He would become very emotional. He told me, I thought myself to be highly intellectual and very strong in mind, but now I realize that it is the Mother who is playing in my heart. So that is why we find Holy Mother, it's very difficult to understand her. There is a poet in Kannada called Kuvempu. He has written an introduction to Holy Mother's life. And there he mentions, it is very difficult to understand Holy Mother's life because it looks to be very ordinary. It is like, a person going in the forest who is in a hurry, unable to notice the flowers which are in between the leaves. If we want to understand the beauty of the flower and the fragrance, he has to go slowly, observing everything. In the same way, if you want to really understand Holy Mother and her life, you have to go very slow. And you have to try to read in between the lines, as they call in English. Should try to read in between the lines, then only you will understand her. Otherwise, she looks to be ordinary Grahini. Just like any other mothers in the home, doing all the household chores. And you won't find anything special. It used to happen to a lot of devotees. Later in her days, Holy Mother's Day, when she used to be there in Jairambati, and a lot of people used to come to meet Holy Mother. All the way from far off places, from South India, from East India, Northeast, and this West India, everywhere, devotees, North India, devotees used to come. After going to Jairambati, seeing Holy Mother preparing roti for everybody sitting in front of the oven, and when they would say she is Holy Mother, they were unable to believe. Because, when you say she is the Divine Mother, Shakti, Sri Ramakrishna brought her along with him. So, and such a Shakti, when we study about in Puranas, about Mother Parvati, Mother Lakshmi, Mother Saraswati, and we have an impression about Divine Mother. But here, they used to find her preparing chapati for the devotees, serving them. And after serving, even she used to remove their leaves. And if they want to remove the leaf plate, she would say, no, it is my right. I am your mother, I will remove that. Now, they were unable to understand, comprehend. But then slowly, when they realize, while going back, and later on in their life, they realize, though they met Holy Mother once, they would never forget Holy Mother. That was the kind of love, the power of love. And they would find in their life that impression that used to live on their mind, So that is why understanding Holy Mother is very difficult. We have to go deep into her life. And we see Holy Mother, first of all, as a daughter, there in Jairambati, that village set up where she would carry food for the, daily wagers working in the field. And then we read in her life, when serving food during famine, she used to cool this thing. People used to be very hungry. Father used to have grain and prepare khichdi and keep. And then those who used to come to be hungry, and that hot khichdi, immediately they would like to consume because terribly hunger. And then Holy Mother with a, fan, she used to cool it down. Wait. I will make it a little cool, then you can eat it. So you will find her, this what you called the motherly heart in that young child. That is the speciality of a woman. Usually in the Western countries, woman is looked after, they look upon woman in a different way. But then in India, especially in India, woman is mother. And this nature you can find young children. Once, we were going on the road in a vehicle, and then, 3 children were going. Among them, eldest one was a boy, and the middle one was a girl, and a young one was a boy. And then usually, when an elder brother is there, he should take care of the young child, he is unable to walk properly, he has to support. But it is the girl who was supporting that child. We came to know they were brothers and sisters. But then you will find naturally she becomes a mother. That is the speciality in India, we look upon woman as mother. And we find Holy Mother in her life. And her own 2 younger brothers, again she was mother. For them also, because they used to go to school, so taking them to the school and bringing back, she was not allowed to go to school, only to take them to school and bring back, But then she would take care of them in every way. Mother used to be busy in the household chores, and she used to take care of her younger brothers. And later on, all of us know she was married to Sri Ramakrishna, and then she becomes a Grahini. He was the wife of Sri Ramakrishna, and we call her divine consort. So, of Sri Ramakrishna. And there also we find her mother taking care of Sri Ramakrishna. She comes to Dakshineshwar. When she comes to know that Sri Ramakrishna had become mad and he was calling on mother and weeping, and sometimes he used to call Allah. Lot of news used to come to Jairambati, and then mother comes from there to Dakshineshwar, where Sri Ramakrishna was staying. And then Sri Ramakrishna makes all the arrangement. He thought he was a mad person because the way that was explained. But Sri Ramakrishna was very concerned. She had fever. He made her to stay in his own room and arranged for her treatment and everything. And then we find there Holy Mother in Nahabat. Even now when we go there, Nahabat is there as it is. And that room, 6 by 6, that very small room, maybe about 50 square feet. In that room, she used to cook food and everything, and cook for Sri Ramakrishna to the devotees. Her role was mainly mother. Though Sri Ramakrishna was her husband, but then she had become mother to him. All of us know that, when in the house, in our home, mother. So for all practical purpose, she becomes mother for everybody, taking care of everybody. And that is why, in our Shastras they say, Grihini Grahamuchyate. A man can build house. To make it home, a mother is required. If the mother is not there, it will not become home, it remains a house. So that is why we find Holy Mother taking care of Sri Ramakrishna and the devotees and everybody. And from there, later on we find her, she becoming the mother of all. After Sri Ramakrishna's Mahasamadhi, it may be in Jairambati, it may be in Calcutta, especially Mayerbadi, Bagbazar. So there you will find Holy Mother taking care of. Later on, elevated to Divine Mother, and then elevated to Divine Mother, and also the Guru. So we find her in different roles, setting an example in all these things. In all these things, most of the time, we try to ignore her role as a Grihini. Some of the important qualities of a Grihini, which actually was taught by Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna taught her how to do the housekeeping, that means home, how it has to be maintained. Right from preparing the wicks to light the lamp, from there Sri Ramakrishna taught her how to prepare food, and when you are going in a boat, how you should come last, and then when everybody gets in, last person you would be you, so that nothing is left behind the boat, in the boat. So all these things, and of course mother, basically she was a mother, and that is why we find her this aspect of being a grihini. That's what we find. We have to study in between lines, then we realize her. Sri Ramakrishna's advice to the householders, what was that? He used to say, live like a maid servant in a rich man's house. When you are living in the world, live like a maid servant in a rich man's house. What maid servant does? She does all the work, all the duties, taking care of the house, everything. And if someone outsider comes, she says, this is our home. And while taking care of the children, she says, she is my Rama, my Krishna, takes care of the children. All those things she does. But in her mind, inside, she knows that this is not her home. Her home is 2 kilometers away. Her children are there. At the end of the day, when she goes back, the children will be waiting. All these things she knows. In spite of knowing this fact, it doesn't mean that she ignores any duty in the Yajaman's house. That was her speciality. Sri Ramakrishna gives this example. So now, when this is told, it is very difficult for us to comprehend in the present scenario. Because we are in the modern times. In the modern times, what happens, in America, they say, it seems, each for himself, God for all. And we are also, imbibing all those ideas now. The family values, they are going down. Of course, there are many houses, we know that still that family values are there. But in general, we find it is going down and down. Now, in this situation, is it possible to live like as Sri Ramakrishna told, to live in this family in that sense? That means my source is God. I have come from there. He is my all in all. And I am here only as long He allows me to live here. And once His call comes, I have to go. Can we live like that? And if we live like that, then what we do? Usually we neglect everything there, because it is, suppose if we get that faith, we usually neglect all the household chores and everything. It happens, it has to happen. But then in Holy Mother we find she was very well aware of this. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, she is Mother Saraswati. She is Saraswati, she has come to give knowledge. She has come to bestow knowledge. Sri Ramakrishna knew about it very clearly. And Sri Ramakrishna used to look upon her as Mother Kali also. All of you know, when Dakshineshwar, when Sharada was young, Sharada was actually massaging Sri Ramakrishna's feet. She one day asked him, how do you look upon me? Sri Ramakrishna says immediately, without any thought, there was no need for him to think. He says, the Mother Kali in the temple whom I worship, and the mother who stays in the Nahabat, who has given birth to me, and the same mother is pressing my feet. That's what Sri Ramakrishna looks upon her as Kali, Mother Kali. And such a Mother Kali, and she knew about it. Sharada Devi was aware of it. Holy Mother was aware of it. During the Shorshi Puja, Sri Ramakrishna had awakened the Divine Mother in her. But in spite of her, how she used to take care of everybody. When she was in Dakshineshwar, these young disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, some of them would come. Small things I am talking to you about. So some particular disciples, they used to come, they did not have money. Sri Ramakrishna used to had this thing that they should be provided carriage fare while going back. So the moment that boy used to come, Holy Mother used to keep a money in a particular place, his carriage fare. That is automatic. He need not have to ask for that. Remember, such a small thing, because every time if you ask, then how anyone, a person with little bit of self-respect, how can he ask for this? But then that used to be kept there. So he will take and go. And invariably, remember, she would never fail in that. And all of when Narendra used to come, thick chapati had to be prepared. And chola dal, that's what, dal has to be prepared, thick dal. And that used to be ready. There was no need, to tell every time. She was so aware of her every minute details, even about Sri Ramakrishna's own, preparing food. His stomach was very, very sensitive. And Holy Mother had to prepare food that. In the midst of all these things, remember, she had to prepare food for Mother Chandramani also, Sri Ramakrishna's mother. In the midst of all these things, you will find her. Holy Mother used to say, when she was there in Chandigarh, every day she used to do 1 lakh japam. 1 lakh japam. Now, what Sri Ramakrishna says, let you work like a maid servant in a rich man's house. And Holy Mother was doing all the work. And where her mother mind used to be, if you have to do 1 lakh japa, and you must know how much time it takes. That means even while doing all her household chores, her mind would be doing japa. So this we have to understand. It becomes very difficult for us. But then Holy Mother, out of her practice, and Holy Mother used to do that. So that way, she has set an example, wonderful example of how to lead a spiritual life while living in a house, by being a householder. How to lead spiritual life. This is what is an ideal that Holy Mother has set. And later on, Holy Mother, after Sri Ramakrishna's passing away, Holy Mother used to stay sometimes there in Jairambati, sometimes in Calcutta. And when she used to be in Jairambati, remember, she was the head of the family. That leadership, quality that has come to her very naturally, to Holy Mother, right from childhood. And there, automatically, nobody gave her that post, but then she naturally became the head of the family. Brothers were there, brothers' wives, and their children. And again, the devotees used to come, taking care of them, and the many villagers, then the workers who used to help her in her household, these things, etc. Taking care of all of them, and in such a minute way. And her brothers, if you read Holy Mother's life, you will realize that they were so troublesome. They used to quarrel among themselves. For what? The devotees used to come, and then they used to give some money to Holy Mother, because Holy Mother was their guru. And for her sustenance or whatever it is, they used to give some pranami. And they would always watch on that. They had nothing to do with Holy Mother's spirituality. They used to, all the way devotees used to come to Holy Mother so that they can get spiritual guidance. But then these people were so steeped in worldliness, they were only concerned about how much pranami Holy Mother got. And how much she gave to each of them. Remember, when she was giving, she used to give equal amount. But then situation would not be the same. Someone would need little more. But then Holy Mother used to make sure that was given in such a way. So now there was an example. So she had sisters-in-law. One was Nalini, another was Surabala. Always they used to quarrel among themselves. They used to quarrel among themselves. Surabala had a daughter, Radhu, whom Holy Mother made her support and stayed in this world. Otherwise, she would have left her body long ago. And then this another one is Nalini. She had a daughter. Her name was Maku. They were married. Now, while sending them to their husband's home, something has to be given, from their family. Now, how you will because if you give little more to one, the other becomes angry. How Holy Mother would manage? See, she was so clever, so about this. Though her mind would be thinking about Sri Ramakrishna, in this also she was very careful. Holy Mother made a list. These are the items to be sent. And then, whatever is to be given to, Maku, that list was given to Surabala. the mother of other daughter. So she, after seeing that when this thing is given, some responsibility is given, she became more responsible. Then she told, you see, this is not sufficient. We should need to add some more. She gave. In the same way, the other way around also. So that is how Holy Mother would manage, giving them some responsibilities, importance, Everyone needs some importance. Holy Mother used to give that importance. And that is how she would satisfy both of them. So you will find they, till the end, staying with Holy Mother. Though they used to quarrel with her, but then they had realized that here is the one who actually loves us. That's what they knew. And then there was brother Kali. He also wanted some importance. And Holy Mother, there is an incident in her, one day there was a, birthday was there and that was being celebrated. Now, Holy Mother was busy, preparing, taking care of everybody. And she had given what all the arrangements should be done to Kali. Because if he had not given that importance, he would not be there. He would go somewhere else. And that is why he was there. But then he also wanted to show his importance. Time for food, everyone had taken food. Holy Mother would not take food unless she would feed everybody. And she was waiting and he would not come at all. And then Holy Mother sends one of her disciples and then ultimately he convinces him to bring and then he takes food. Holy Mother used to say, see, I am hungry from morning and he knows that, but still he doesn't come. So this is how, but then in spite of that, when he comes to take food with so much of care and love, Holy Mother would serve. Not that, he has delayed and he would become angry. It was not like that. With the same love, Holy Mother would serve him also. You will find Holy Mother, this is an important aspect of her, Holy Mother's whole life. What is that? Love. So if you read her life, right from beginning till end, if there is one quality that is very, very important for us to learn in the modern times, it was love and love and love. For everybody, right from the disciples, it may be young children, it may be grown-up people, it may be those who are older to Holy Mother, but in spite of them, for all of them, only one thing she had was love, love, love. She taking care of everybody like a mother. So probably in the modern times, this is what we need to understand, because we are in a world where, consumerism, so that has entered. And if you look at Holy Mother's life, there you will find, in our life what happens? So for everyone, we actually, judge by the amount of benefit we get from them. That is how, we are leading our life. So usually, if we have to take care of somebody or to help somebody, first the idea comes in the mind, what he has done to me or what she has done to me. First idea comes to our mind, why should I do this help, But then Holy Mother never asked that question. Anyone who was in need, Holy Mother would ask, help them. And all of us know that Amjad, and people used to say he was a thief. He would sometimes steal also, unable to, take care of his family. And he used to come, and others used to say, Mother, don't give money to him. He will go and, drink and spend the money in drinking, etc. But Holy Mother used to give some provision and other things, so that he can go and feed his children. And she used to feed him, and then, give oil so that he can take bath properly, then feed him properly, and while going, some provision and other things Holy Mother used to give. So you will find everybody first give, and that also without any kind of expectation. Without any kind of expectation. Holy Mother did not expect anything even from her husband Sri Ramakrishna. Just read her life. Just study her life. Then you will find this one factor, that loving without any kind of expectation in return. Now you see, because of this consumerism, we constantly judge others by what we get from them. And that is why we are unable to love anybody. And when this love doesn't express properly, this emotion doesn't express in the form of love, then it leads to all kind of negative expression. We become jealous of others, we start hating others. This is what happens. So in Holy Mother's life, we find this expressing as the love. First, at the material level, taking care of their need, and then, putting them in the proper path, giving them advice, and at the highest level, spiritual path, giving spiritual instruction for everybody. Even there also you will find Holy Mother was so loving and caring, and on that Vishnupur railway station, a porter comes. Mother, do I not get anything from you? Mother makes him sit there. In that railway station, Holy Mother had initiated that porter. Can you imagine? So this is the kind of love, that overpowering love that Holy Mother, and without any kind of expectation. So we need to think about this. We have to understand this from Holy Mother's life. The moment we expect something in return, love is not love at all, it's only a trade. What you give, what you get, and that I give. You give me, I will give you. It's only a trade. So real love doesn't expect anything. This we find in Holy Mother. Because we always have this question, can we really love anybody without any expectation? Where is the example? Holy Mother's life is the example. Study from this point of view. Then we will realize that Holy Mother, real love, what is real love, that is we find from Holy Mother's life. So this particular the aspect what Sri Ramakrishna told, that live like a maid servant in a rich man's house, an advice to the householders, and this is what we find an example in Holy Mother's life, Sharda Devi's life. So there are so many other examples treating her devotees, relatives, etc., that we have seen. And about the Holy Mother was spiritually elevated, but at the same time she would never ignore anything that are small things. So she lived in Jairambati, and when it would, rainy season would approach, before that, for 3-4 months, it would rain and you would not get firewood. Holy Mother would make sure that, firewood collected, necessary for the whole rainy season, that is collected and kept in store. Every year, remember, not regretting afterwards, forgetting it and regretting afterwards, that's what we do. But then Holy Mother would never, every year, she used to have concern about that also. In the same way, with hay, the house roof is prepared. And before every rainy season, you have to make sure that it won't leak. So even that also, Holy Mother used to take care of even that also. Make sure, that is repaired properly. If there is any leak or anything, Holy Mother used to take care of even that also. Suppose there is a season, paddy season, then what used to be done? You have to purchase some rice, paddy or rice at that time, because rate will be less. It's available for less rate. Holy Mother was even very particular about this also. About spending money. Wherever it is necessary, Holy Mother is to spend, but never extravagant. And about items, household items, suppose vegetable is brought, and this vegetable peel, that you keep it aside. Somebody, there is an incident in Udbodhan, somebody brings a nice basket of fruits, and fruits was taken and somebody threw away the basket. And Holy Mother asked someone to collect that. And in that basket, she used to keep that all vegetable peels, and later on it was given to the cows. Now cows can eat that, that will be a feed to the cow. In the same way, in everything, suppose food, where whatever is possible, human beings will eat. All, suppose some food is remaining, she would distribute among the neighbors or some other poor, etc. And suppose it cannot be eaten by human beings, then it can be given to the cows and dogs. And if they also cannot eat, then it can be put to the fish in the pond. You just see the way Holy Mother was thinking, and she was highly spiritually elevated. At one moment, she would be taking care of about all these things, and next moment she would go, some devotee has come from all the long way, she would call him to the shrine, take bath, and come at 7 o'clock, and she would go to the shrine and initiate. The next moment. So you will find her setting up an ideal. So taking care of this, small, minute household, these things, and at the same time spiritually elevated also. This was Holy Mother Sharda Devi, setting a wonderful example for all of us. But then what we need to do is that reading her life again and again, probably one paragraph at a time, not more than that, remember. One paragraph at a time. It may take maybe a year or two, doesn't matter. One paragraph at a time and meditate on that. And you will find all these things. So if we ask this question, what Sri Ramakrishna taught, to the householders, live like a maid servant in a rich man's house. Is it possible to live like that? Yes. Holy Mother's example is there. So this is what we learn from Holy Mother and her life for all the householders. Of course, for everybody. It's not only for householders, for everybody. How to lead spiritual life, living in this world in a present time. This is what we learn from Holy Mother. So these were the few ideas that I wanted to share with you. And I am thankful to Swami Shantatmananji for giving this opportunity. My prayer to Holy Trinity so that they can bless us all. Namaste. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
अभी 15 मिनट के लिए पानी पीने के लिए ब्रेक है, लेकिन 10-20 हो गया, 25 से पहले आ जाइए क्योंकि गिटार चैंटिंग आरंभ हो जाएगा. Now we will go for 15 minutes break, come back, start so that we can start our guitar chanting. Come.